Captain Zaravex had heard the Earth myths 1,000 times before. Old spacers would gather in the dim corners of asteroid mining stations, their voices dropping to whispers as they spoke of the legendary blue world. A planet covered in liquid water, they claimed. Organic life forms that breathed oxygen and walked on solid ground without pressure suits. Cities that stretched toward the sky, filled with beings who had never known the cold vacuum of space. Fairy tales, Zara would mutter, returning to her cargo manifests. The Kepler colony had been humanity's home for 3 centuries now. Everyone knew the story. Their ancestors had fled a dying homeworld in the great ships, carrying the survivors to new stars. Earth was nothing but legend, a bedtime story told to children born among the metal corridors of space stations. But the artifact changed everything. The mining crew found it buried deep in asteroid K-47, its crystalline surface pulsing with an energy signature that made their scanners scream. Dr. Elena Marsh, the colony's xenoarchaeologist, had nearly fainted when she saw the symbols etched into its surface. Symbols that matched the ancient texts they dismissed as mythology. "It's a beacon," she whispered, her trembling fingers tracing the alien script. "A message from Earth." The Colonial Council erupted in debate. Some called it an elaborate hoax. Others demanded the artifact be destroyed, fearing it might be some kind of weapon. But Zara saw something else in Elena's eyes: hope. The same desperate hope that had driven their ancestors to the stars. 3 months later, Zara's ship, the Distant Shore, detected the anomaly on the edge of the Kepler system. A massive vessel, sleek and impossible, moving with technology that defied their understanding of physics. It made no attempt to hide or communicate. It simply waited, hanging in space like a patient predator. "Captain," her communications officer called out, voice tight with fear, "we're receiving a transmission. It's an old Earth standard." The view screen flickered to life, revealing a figure that made Zara's breath catch. Humanoid, but wrong somehow. The being's skin held a blue-green tint, and its eyes were too large, too knowing. When it spoke, its voice carried the weight of centuries. "Children of Earth," it said, each word precise and measured. "We have been waiting." "Waiting for what?" Zara managed to ask, her crew frozen behind her. "For you to remember." The being's expression might have been a smile. "Your ancestors told you stories, didn't they? About a world of water and sky. They were not stories, Captain Vex. They were promises." The truth hit Zara like a physical blow. The artifact hadn't been sending a message to Earth. It had been calling to Earth. And Earth, impossible as it seemed, had answered. "What happened to you?" she whispered. "What did you become?" "What we had to," the being replied. "Your people left us dying, poisoned by their wars and waste. We adapted. We survived. We evolved. And we never forgot our children among the stars." The alien ship moved closer, its hull rippling like liquid metal. Through the viewports, Zara could see other figures, beings that had once been human, transformed by necessity and time into something new. "We offer you a choice," the Earth being continued. "Return with us to the world your stories remember, or remain here among the cold stars. But know this: Earth lives, Earth endures, and Earth remembers its children." Zara looked at her crew, seeing her own wonder and terror reflected in their faces. Behind them lay the Kepler colony, 3 centuries of struggle and survival among the asteroids. Ahead waited a world they'd believed was myth, inhabited by the descendants of those they'd left behind. "How long?" she asked. "Do we have to decide?" The being's smile was patient, eternal. "We have waited 300 years, Captain. We can wait a little longer." As the Distant Shore drifted in space between 2 impossible choices, Zara realized that some stories were more than legends. Some stories were invitations to come home.